Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're just gonna do a quick video on Photoshop's new AI technology with the remove tool and generative fill tool. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna take a picture like this and turn it into something like this. So this was taken a few weeks ago back in Oxford. It's not the best composition, but we're gonna try and fix it up and hopefully turn it into something that looks like this. So to start off with, you can see on the original picture there's a lot of people in the frame. It's quite bright. So what we're gonna do first is let's try something really easy with it. Let's try and remove the sky. Let's do a sky replacement. So to do a sky replacement, simply just click on edit, go to sky replacement. I'll give it a few seconds to load. There we go. So the sky I chose, I think, was under spectacular. It's the second one here, so you can go ahead and choose whichever sky you want. Photoshop does a pretty good job at replacing it. You can adjust it, shift the edge, but whatever you want to do to try and get it matching your picture. But I think with this one it did a pretty good job on it. You can adjust the brightness however you want. I'm just gonna leave it like it is for now. Once the picture is edited, I'm gonna go through it later and do some color adjustments on it. So just click OK, and that's done. Now let's try out Photoshop's new remove tool. This is a great new tool. So let's just zoom in. As you can see, there's a lot of people in the picture. So to find Photoshop's new remove tool, all you gotta do is click here where the healing brush tool was, and you see Photoshop's new remove tool. Now this remove tool is currently with Photoshop's beta version. This is Photoshop's beta version. You can download it by clicking on your Creative Cloud, scroll down to beta apps, and you'll find Photoshop beta. You can install this. You don't have to remove your old version of Photoshop. You can install this with your normal version installed. So this tool is really awesome and easy to use. All you gotta do, let's adjust the size of our brush, and let's just paint over the people you want to remove. Give it a few seconds, and look at that. Wow, just amazing. Makes editing so much easier, so much quicker. Let's just select all these people, and just like that, they've been removed. It's really easy to use. As you can see, it's a pretty complex background. There's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of things in this picture, but Photoshop does a pretty good job removing them. Let's try this group of people. Quite a lot of things going on here with bicycles and the building. Let's see how well Photoshop does with this, and did a pretty good job. Of course, if you're not happy with the outcome of it, you can go back and re-click and get a different outcome. I think that looks much better. It continues the fence. Let's try with these people right in the front of the frame. Let's try with this guy. Let's just reduce the brush a little bit, and let's try remove him. Try and get his shadow. This is a little bit of a hard selection because of the fence and the bicycles in the background, but let's see what Photoshop does. I think that did a pretty good job. Of course, you can see a little bit of the handle there. If you just click on it, it's removed. Let's go on. Let's try this lady. Get her shadow. Wow, I think it did a pretty good job. Of course, with pictures that are really busy like this one, there's a lot of bicycles in the background. You're gonna have to do a bit more work. but generally I think Photoshop does a pretty good job. Even let's see this lady here, and the fence is blocking us slightly. Let's see how that does. That's good enough. Now of course guys, you're gonna have to refine it a bit if you want to look a bit better in regards to this bicycles and stuff, but generally it does a pretty good job. This is a pretty complex picture. Let's say if I don't want this poster here, let's see what Photoshop does with the fence. I think I did a really good job with the fence. Let's try and remove people behind the fence. Let's see how well Photoshop does with that. Wow, amazing. Just a bit more people on this side. Now of course you can take your time and do it quite neatly. I'm just doing it quite quickly and roughly to show you guys. Let's see a couple right in the background there. Just like that. Wow. Now let's have a look at how well it does with this. It's a pretty big object right in front of the bicycles and the friends. There's a lot going on here with the bicycles. I don't think it's gonna do an amazing job with the bicycles, but have a look at that. The subject's gone. Of course the bicycles and the fence look a bit funny, but you can take your time and go over this. You can maybe replace the wheels if you want to, fix the fence up a bit more. But generally we just have a look at what the tool can do. Let's zoom out and see. Now of course depends what you're using for fine art or for large prints. You're gonna want to take your time and do this much better, but just for general social media I think it does a pretty good job. Look at that. Let's try and remove this banner. Of course before you try this, it may be better for you to make a copy of the background layer, and so you can work non-destructively. Let's go ahead and quickly try and remove it. Wow, that did a pretty good job. Of course you can see the bicycle wheel is a bit funny, but you can take your time and try and fix these bicycles up, or maybe try and remove them altogether. This is just a quick video just to show you how well this tool does. Have a look at that. So the remove tool's pretty good. There are some other examples I can show you just how well it works. This is a pretty complex one with the building and the fence and the bicycles, but generally I think it does a really good work. Of course don't forget this is still in the beta version. When Photoshop does release the full version, I'm sure it's gonna work even better. And the other tool I wanted to show you guys is the new Generative Fill tool. So everyone's been talking about this. Let's just zoom in a little bit and let's just say I want this to look like I planned the shot. So I'm gonna try and insert someone here. Let's try and insert a lady. So just gonna use the select tool, make a small selection, and you can see the little box pop up in the bottom here. Click Generative Fill and you can type what you want. So I'm just gonna write like maybe modern lady in white with umbrella looking at building, and let's see what it does. So Photoshop gives you 3 options to select from. If you're not happy with it, you can just click Generative Fill again. It'll give you another 3 options and you'll keep going. You can edit the description. So these are the 3 options it gave me. Just umbrella is white, the lady is not white. Okay, let's try that again. Just click generate again. Oh, I should have been more specific, sorry. I should have wrote modern lady in white dress. So it's very simple. All you gotta do, there's your prompt there. You can just edit it. You can just click here, modern lady in white dress, and generate. No, that's much better. So as you can see, it gives you a few options. You can choose whichever one you want. Keep hitting generate till you find the right one. Let's, for example, try this one. If you zoom in, you can see, okay, if you zoom in, you can have a look at the option you selected. Photoshop does quite a good job with placing the object and matching the surroundings. However, sometimes you are left with a little outline box. You can select and mask that and remove it. Also, I found that it doesn't match the exposures sometimes 100%, but that's really simple. You can always add a mask to that. Let's try and add an exposure mask to this, and we're just gonna link it to that layer, and you can adjust the exposure. As you can see, when I'm adjusting exposure, the little square box around her, so as I said, you can easily remove that, and you can adjust the gamma correction. I think I'm gonna go something like that. Looks okay. I think Photoshop did a really good job initially with it. If we zoom out, that's what we have. There's the fully edited image. That's the new one. Now, of course, we can do more editing. We can adjust the colors, do more grading to it. That's what I did with this image. I brightened the shadows a bit, changed the contrast a bit. Of course, this is a different generative fill they gave me, so I just used that as an option. You can smooth the sky, brighten the sky. Of course, Photoshop puts the sky on a new layer in a new group, so you can do some adjustments to the sky. Of course, brighten it up. I tend to do a little smoothing on the sky, and yeah, that's just it.
Sorry guys, just lost the audio and video on my new Sony A7 IV, not sure why, but I'm gonna have to have a look at that. But yeah, that's just a quick video on how to use Photoshop's new remove tool and the generative fill tool. I am gonna do individual videos coming soon on each tool more in detail, but thank you for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I am gonna be bringing out a few more videos. This is the first video I've put out there, so be kind and hit the like button, and thank you for watching.